most efficient hunting machine in all of boxing.
He's efficient. Monster. Japanese fighter called Monster. He's better than Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao flew like that.
How's it going, everyone? I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to the channel. So obviously, Naoya Inoue has talked about his potential retirement, when he thinks he will call quits on his boxing career. Definitely wanted to give my thoughts and my reaction. Yeah, as always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, obviously when I first saw this, I was a little bit surprised. Naoya Inoue obviously coming off a tremendous victory against Ramon Cardenas in Vegas, back in America, and that's a fight that everyone loved. Tremendous fight, and then obviously upcoming fighting MJ Akhmadaliev. So yeah, obviously when I first heard this from Naoya Inoue, I was a little bit surprised. Still only 32 years of age, but after a little bit of thought, I think it actually does make a little bit of sense. Naoya Inoue has been, he's been boxing for a long time now. Only 32 years of age, but he's actually, if you look at it, he's a little bit of an old 32. And reason being is because this guy is, he's actually the most active fighter on the planet, really. That's at a high level. He's fighting 3 to 4 times a year. And he's also moving up in weight classes to the point where, he's getting hit by a lot stronger guys. And I think that, takes some off of you as well. So Naoya Inoue, I would just want to, read the quotes exactly. It says, "I want to close my fighting career when the time is right. I think I have about 3 years left, including this year." So obviously, 2025, 2026, 2027, it'd only be 34 years of age, 34, 35. So, still very young. I mentioned the fact that, he doesn't feel like there's a decline in his physical strength or performance. But I'm sure that someday that day will come. I have to plan my training and fights with that in mind. As a human being, I'm sure I will inevitably decline. So I think it's important to prepare and know myself. And then obviously, recently, Junta Nakatani come out and said as well about Naoya Inoue in that potential fight. He has the experience from getting knocked down and getting back up and winning a fight. That's a credit to him. If I knock him down, I have to make sure that he doesn't get back up. So obviously that's a fight that, a lot of people are talking about as well. The Junta Nakatani fight. Even though I was a little bit shocked when I first heard the comments, again, I really think it does make sense. Not only is this a fighter that's fighting, 3-4 times a year, so he's not really having that break. He's also a very, very dedicated fighter, and he has been since he was young, getting trained by his father. So I'm fine with this. I think I'm going to be sad when he walks away. I think this guy is, still to this day even been underappreciated in my opinion. I still think there's some strange bias, especially with the American media. Let's have it right. The best 2 fighters on the planet is Alexander Usyk and it's Naoya Inoue. At this moment in time, no one else even comes close. I mean, I keep hearing Terence Crawford's name. Terence Crawford, yeah, he's 37 years of age and, still fighting. But, I just want to name a few names. I've actually got Terence Crawford's resume in front of me. At 29 years of age, Terence Crawford fought John Molina. A year later, at 30 years of age, he fought Felix Diaz, who I'm a boxing fan. I pretty much know all of, the main guys. I've never heard of Felix Diaz, and I know journeyman. I've never ever heard of Felix Diaz. Julius Ndongo, who was not good. Jeff Horn, I mean, do I even need to mention him? Jose Benavidez Jr., the same guy that lost every single round against Jamal Charlo, who had 2 years out the ring. And then Amir Khan, who at that time when he fought Crawford, had already been knocked out about 3 times. So again, I'm not really understanding where people are coming from. I think as well in the American media, a lot of people are saying that Junta Nakatani is going to beat Naoya Inoue. I mean, what does that even mean? Junta Nakatani is an exceptional fighter. If you keep taking risk after risk after risk, eventually you will get caught. Naoya Inoue is at the same point where Floyd was when he was at the end of his career. He's the money man now. That's why everyone's calling for the Naoya Inoue fight. He's the money fight in Japan, and if he keeps fighting in America, he's actually the money fight in America as well. So, you know, this guy, he does not need to be taking these type of risks. Floyd was not doing this, and if he does take a loss upcoming, you know, what does that really mean? I mean, Manny Pacquiao, one of the best fighters of all time, has taken losses. Two of the best American fighters of all time, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, have taken losses. So look, I've got no issues with Naoya Inoue saying that he's got about 3 years left. We're seeing Manny Pacquiao come out of retirement, 46 years of age. Do I want to see it? No. I just saw a video of him, you know, shadow boxing, and I thought his legs looked terrible. We've seen Manny Pacquiao in a recent exhibition fight, and he was getting beat up. So I don't want to see these guys go on and on. I actually like when fighters do what Carl Froch did, end his career, 35, 36 years of age, off a massive knockout victory at Wembley, and really leave with their head held high. So hopefully the same thing happens to Naoya Inoue. As always, please let me know, your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think this is the right decision for Naoya Inoue to retire maybe 34, 35 years of age? Do you think he should hang around a little bit longer? Who do you, want to see him fight in the future? A lot of topics to discuss with, again, in my opinion, the best fighter on the planet. So, thanks to everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.